Hey everybody, it's your girl, Renee Michelle Merrifield, your host of the In the Loop TV show. Thank you, Loopers, for viewing in. We love you guys. And in the producer's corner, we have JasonAaron.pro.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for watching. We've got a great episode tonight. We'll get to that in a second, but I do want to remind everyone that's watching this live stream on Thursday at 7 o'clock that at 7:30, after we cut for the WRTV audience, we're going to be giving away our weekly $50 gift card from Sun King Brewing. So there's still time. Go to intheloop.tv and enter the contest. You go to the giveaway tab and it's super easy. So where are we taking the Loopers in this episode?
Well, ask my friends. I am always Harley Quinn every single Halloween, and nothing changed this time. We went to Indiana Comic Convention and got to interview all kinds of people, all kinds of cosplayers. You're absolutely going to love it. The next segment is, Jason.
It is a segment where we talk to Sara Baldwin of Lux Ivy. She is, and her store is one of the vendors that are going to be part of the Sustain Arts and Music Festival. You're going to see a lot of Sustain Arts and Music Festival content in the upcoming episodes leading up to that May 12th and 13th event. So that's very exciting. And then after that, in studio, we're going to be speaking with a friend of mine for almost 15 years, Scott Romer. We've got some great history. He was there back in my previous TV show. We got some photos with Corey Feldman, Norman Reedus of The Walking Dead. He got the phone call that night for that show. That's a fun story. And yeah, he's here in studio and sharing his book.
Epic world-renowned photographer and author of When It Was, My Life on Both Sides of the Camera.
He's got some amazing stories and the photos to prove it.
Absolutely.
So I've got just one question. Indianapolis, are you ready to be in the loop?
In the Loop TV show Closed Captioning, sponsored by Alley Cat Lounge and Alley Cat Front Room. Distinctively different with the same staff you've always loved.
The best bar in the industry is growing up and has opened the Alley Cat Front Room. Right in the heart of Broad Ripple, the iconic Alley Cat now gives bourbon, wine, and craft beer a room of their own.
We've upgraded our wine selection on this side, and probably one of the biggest differences is we are able to offer draft beer. So we can be a part of that craft beer craze.
The Alley Cat Front Room, a great place to hang out in Broad Ripple.
I'm Terrell at Mystic Images Tattoo, and if you're looking for a black and gray tattoo artist, feel free to hit me up. So if you guys got time, go ahead, come out to Mystic Images, come check us out, come get some tattoo work done, come get some ink therapy. Everybody's up here is friendly, and we can't wait to see you.
Oh, good old Terrell. We absolutely love our people down at Mystic Images Tattoo.
That's right.
They are our sponsor, one of our sponsors, and thank you so much, y'all. Make sure you check them out in the heart of Noblesville. Absolutely, absolutely. So this next segment, Indiana Comic-Con Convention segment, y'all gonna see Baby Ren. That's what I like to call my young self. And we just had a lot of fun, and we're just really excited to share just all the goofballness that is Comic-Con.
Guy. So there's a lot of talented people here in these booths, and as you can see, a lot of homemade artwork for sale, and the Comic-Cons are just so amazing here in Indy. I've been to lots of different cons, and this is definitely my favorite. Aww! Look at it! Look at him! Would you just look at him? Photos with the props. Oh, yes! Oh. This looks like a chocolate dipped strawberry. Oh, it's so cute. And cute little llamas. I love stuffed animals. Squidward is the man. Damn, these paintings are great. Oh, look at the eyeballs on these things. So so creepy cute. Oh, these pins are my life. They're so sweet. I love pins. It's like a demented little Pikachu. Oh, it's Mimikyu? Okay. Is that like an evolved version of Pikachu? Like
no, it's like it's its own Pokemon that like pretends to be Pikachu so that people will love him.
Why doesn't anybody love him? I love him. Little Mimikyu.
Yeah, this is my artwork.
You're amazing.
Thank you. I have also prints and I have stickers of my artwork. Yes, the art of Terrence Muncie, you know.
Such a beautiful symphony of feelings. And at the end of it, she was so much greater.
I love you.
Thank you, meat pudding.
Look at this Joker mask. That is beautiful. Deadpool. Yeah, the Joker mask is my favorite. I'm obsessed with Joker and Harley Quinn, but I love how like just kind of like skeletal that mask is. It's very creepy. I love it.
Thank you.
Your work is incredible. I love Soupy Natchy.
On the body of the car there's John and Dean and Sam reflected.
Oh my God, there is! Oh my gosh, look at these dolls. I love it. So creepy. Ooh, love it, love it, love it. Oh, Dobby. Oh, look at his sweet little eyes. He's adorable.
Growing up, I was terrified of porcelain dolls.
Right, me too.
And to me, I can get these, I can take them apart. I've seen inside their heads, there's nothing in there.
Yeah.
For some reason, they're less creepy when you make them look creepy.
Look at that Groot one. It's like baby Groot, teenage Groot, and like dad Groot. Y'all, this is James T. Wolfgar. He is a cosplay extraordinaire connoisseur. Look at James's shop.
We're a prop company, really. So we sell to movies and we sell to cosplayers and we sell just to anybody who will buy our stuff, really.
These cosplay weapons are insanity. Look at all these. Like, oh my gosh. It's so legit. I can't even take it. And this one looks like a Borderlands one. Now check out this big gun. Whoa.
So,
Harley just upgraded.
Right? Harley wanted a bat, but she didn't know she needed a giant sword. That's the thing.
Amen.
She wanted the bat. So yeah, we build props in all kinds of different ways. Like this is a completely laser cut acrylic blade, and this is all foam fabricated and then wrapped. So, which is why it's so light and you know, very con friendly. Yeah. And this is not going to cut anybody either. So we make everything so it's not firing, and it's also, you know, just con safe.
Dude, your business is on fire.
Thank you.
There's so much stuff here. I'm like, whoa! Guns, 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 guns. Look at it. So bloody. I love using this gun in zombies. It really makes my heart happy. So many people here, so much fun, all weekend event, and it's just a glorious event. We love cosplaying, we love the people, and we love meeting new things and coming by all these amazing things too. So save up your monies, come to Comic-Con, get your butts here. There's so much stuff to do.
Wow, talk about Baby Ren.
How fun was that?
So much fun. It's always so much fun to see all of the talent that is the cosplayers of Indy at the Comic-Cons. And I absolutely, you know, I think this segment really shows just what there is to offer at these Indiana Comic-Cons, the way these people go all out. And my guy, shout out again, James T. Wolfgar. He's still going strong, better than ever, making some really cool products for you guys. So check out James T. Wolfgar, my cosplayer friends.
And before we cut to commercial break, there is still time to go to intheloop.tv and sign up for the $50 giveaway. Sun King, we've given away 8 now, or this is the 8th one. So
yes.
Yeah, it's not hard to do.
Sun King has so much for everyone, so make sure you go up in there and do that, y'all.
Get up in there. And remember, towards the end of the show, we're going to be talking to Scott Romer about his book and his life. So much going on there. And, yes. And yeah, so there we go. Stay tuned after this break.
Boop.
Hey, my name's Larry. I'm with Mystic Images Tattoo here in Noblesville. We'd really love for you to come down, check out some of our talented artists. Me, of course, and we have several that's available. Come get your ink therapy.
Escape to Hidden Paradise Campground, a beautiful family-oriented destination just south of Shelbyville, Indiana. Immerse yourself in the great outdoors with amenities like cabins, RV pull-throughs, swimming, scuba diving, kayaking, canoeing, and more. Perfect for all ages, Hidden Paradise offers endless activities and unforgettable memories. Don't wait. Reserve your spot today and discover the ultimate nature retreat at Hidden Paradise Campground. So for this next awesome segment, I had a very great, oh gosh, Lord, I can't talk. I had the very great pleasure of interviewing the wonderful Sara Baldwin from Lux Ivy, the owner of Lux Ivy, right there by the canal. Y'all got to check this out. They have absolute amazing clothing with artists from around town. And, you know, if you're into vintage thrifting, this is your place. Y'all, I've got Sara Baldwin here, the owner of Lux Ivy, around the corner from the Mousetrap on the Monon, 54th and Monon. Yo, how are you doing, Sara?
Doing great.
Awesome. We're glad to have you on the show.
Thank you for having me.
The In the Loop viewers are going to love this, guys. Sara's shop is a vintage shop with sustainable clothing and accessories. Now, what does that mean, Sara, sustainable?
Okay, so I do a lot of work in the community with sustainable fashion, and it is defined by the way that items are produced. One approach to sustainable fashion would be to utilize items that are already in existence. So vintage secondhand clothing, which we do a lot of. So we do buying every Wednesday. People bring us their items to sell. We purchase them, we clean them, and then resell them in our shop. Kind of like, you know, Buffalo Exchange, Plato's Closet, that type of shop. And then obviously utilizing vintage goods that are still in existence, high quality items that have stood the test of time. So we have that aspect of the shop, and then we also have some wholesale items that are sustainable, that are produced ethically and sustainably. So it means that the way that they are manufactured meets a certain criteria. So whether that means that they are made to order, so it's like they're not mass producing items, it's like once the order is placed, then it's produced. Whether that means the way that the garment is dyed, the way that they are treating their workers. So there's a lot of different facets to sustainable fashion.
Absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, and
like,
so,
you know, cruelty-free and
exactly,
stuff like that.
So fair trade, ethically made, the way that, like I said, the dye process, the way that it's manufactured, all of those things kind of come into play with sustainable fashion.
And so that's so awesome too for the community. I mean, a lot of people are worried about what they're, you know, what they're wearing or what they're eating and stuff, but it's cool that you guys are making such a difference in the community.
Thank you. Yeah, we're trying. I think that the secondhand and vintage is a huge part of that. So the price point's a lot lower with secondhand and vintage goods, so you can be a lot more experiential with your style and not feel so bad about it because you're not, you know, buying into fast fashion. Right. Yes. And then beyond that, when you kind of find your style, you can zero in on what it is that you really love and then buy those higher end goods that are made ethically and sustainably and then keep them in your wardrobe for a long time. That's kind of the goal. We also carry over 50 local and independent artists in our shop. So we have a lot of locally made jewelry and accessories, a lot of independently designed stickers and cards and paper goods, things like that. That's a big part of what we do. And then we also are involved with Pattern Magazine and Stitchworks. We do a sustainability panel that's reoccurring where we feature different people in the community that are different stakeholders in the sustainable fashion experience in Indianapolis. So boutique owners, designers, members of the community, we do panel discussions and we have people come in and sit and discuss with an audience kind of their take on sustainable fashion. So that's something that we do, and that's actually how I met Kyle, who runs the
Mr. Oaks
Sustain Fest. Yeah.
Awesome. And you will be speaking at that, doing a big old public speaking. You're like, don't call it that, Renee.
Yeah,
come on.
I'm going to be giving a little talk on sustainable fashion at the festival. And then I'm also going to be doing a pop-up So there will be a Lux Ivy booth that you can shop, and additionally, we will be buying clothing from people. So we do buy, sell, trade every week in our store. We're gonna bring that to Sustain Fest and purchase from people at the festival.
Oh, that is amazing. That is so cool. So if you're looking to make a little cash, bring in some of your vintage or whatever clothing.
Yeah, secondhand, vintage, anything.
Absolutely. So this is incredible what you're doing. You are making such a positive impact on the community with your beautiful shop. You're going to be doing a pop-up shop at Sustain Arts Music Festival on May 12th and 13th. I was curious about about your inspiration. I mean, that's hard to start any shop, let alone a vintage clothing shop. So tell me a little bit about your passion and the passion behind it all.
Well, I've been doing this for almost 15 years now. So when I was in college, I worked at a vintage store and I just learned a lot about the industry then. And then after college, I moved back to Indy and I worked for Amanda Newman, who owns Amanda's Exchange, which is a big resale shop on the north side. And I learned a lot from her. And then from there, I had kids. I kind of took time off from my career. But when I was ready to get started again, I knew I really wanted to do retail and keep doing vintage and secondhand. And so, I've been in this industry for a long time. And my biggest inspiration is using what's already in existence instead of creating all of this waste from fast fashion. And the reason why I kind of got to that point was I was a buyer for a shop a long time ago, and when I went to these trade shows and I was seeing all of the clothing produced, I realized there was just a lot of waste coming from it. And so I wanted to make an impact and start creating a place in Indianapolis where not only can you bring clothing to sell and give your clothing a second life, but you can find really good vintage, you can find your new favorite local artists, you can shop sustainable goods and feel good about what you're buying, because it's not just trash that's being mass produced. So that's probably my biggest inspiration, is just not adding to the waste that's already in existence.
That's incredible, Sarah. You seriously are making such a positive impact. I mean, most people don't give two craps about anything, and you're out here changing the world one clothing item at a time, sis.
I'm trying.
I love it. Fashion means so much to me. It always has. Ever since I was a young girl, I always was kind of the weirdo, and I love layering, and I love vintage shops, so I absolutely can't wait to come see you guys at Lux.
Come check it out.
It's right around the corner from the Mousetrap, like we said, y'all. 42nd and...
It's 54th in the Monon, so it's 1051 East 54th Street. We are right across from Breadworks, right by Mama Corolla's. We are available online as well, luxandivy.com. So yeah, shop us online, stop by the store, come see what we're all about.
Miss Sara Baldwin, thank you so much.
And come to Sustain Fest.
Yes, May 12th and 13th, right? That's the whole thing.
Yeah, we'll be there.
And there's so much cool stuff going on that they'll be doing. Pop-up shop. Miss Sarah's going to be having an awesome speech so we can all learn about sustainable clothing and fashion. So make sure you guys check it out, and we will be right back. Thank you.
I'm RJ with Mystic Images. I've been tattooing for a little over 24 years right now. We would definitely love to get you in here, and we can take care of all your tattoo needs. Yeah, so definitely come down and get your ink therapy from us.
Wow, that was awesome. Miss Sara Baldwin of Lux Ivy. You guys got to go check them out. Beautiful store, beautiful store. I am so excited for our next segment. We have a very special guest in the studio with us here at the Jason Jolliffe Digital Production Studio.
Who is that?
You guys, I am so excited and honored to announce Scott Romer, epic world-renowned photographer. Okay, guys, he has his book, When It Was My Life, on both sides of the camera. It combines his own narrative with more than 250 photographs from his remarkable life. The book also includes firsthand stories by longtime friends, including MMA Hall of Famer Monty Cox, boxing promoter Fred Burns, international boxing star Johar Abdul-Lasheen, legendary wrestler and trainer Rip Rogers, and Glow Wow creator David McLean. There's a lot of stuff going on in this book, and I absolutely love it. He has exposed the infamous Anita stabbing angle and had a scary run-in with the Israeli intelligence. Scott is such an adventurer, and it shows in his photos. He has turned a side hustle into a lifelong adventure. It is my pleasure to introduce you guys world-renowned photographer, Mr. Scott Romer.
Hey.
Renee and Jason, thank you for having me on your TV program.
My pleasure, Scott. Thank you for being here. Not often we get just some total awesome badasses. I mean, everybody's a badass that comes on here. I'm not going to lie. That's why we have him. But
and a longtime friend of mine.
Longtime friend.
We were talking before we went live here, and I was like, did we meet at like Midwest Fashion Week? And I'm like, yeah, I think it was Midwest Fashion Week. So probably, I don't know, 2008, 2000, 9, somewhere in there. But then, you saw some of the photos popping up there with Corey Feldman and the Boondock Saints guys, Norman Reedus, who went on to international stardom. So there's another look there.
The story behind this is absolutely amazing. I don't know which one of you boys want to tell that story. I know we need to.
We'll both tell it.
Yeah. Let's just, first of all, Scott, how you doing? Doing good?
I'm doing wonderful. I'm very excited to be on today.
Excited to have you, finally.
We're so excited, and I just love your work, everything about it, and just the fact that you have put yourself out there. You wrote this book. It's got your photos in it, your photographs, and I love that you're a Nikon guy. Not saying are you only a Nikon guy, or?
I'm only using Nikon right now.
Yeah, my first, nice Nikon was a Nikon D7000. Now that's like an ancient one, but I love what you got working with there. Those lenses are beautiful. And your book was published in 2020. How was the process of writing that book, getting it out there? I mean, with all your work, it must, your photography and your personality, it must have been easy, right?
Well, I contacted my co-author, John Cosper, who has written lots of wrestling biographies, and he took interest in what I had to say and got back with me, and he came to my office, and we talked about my career in a tape recorder, and he made sense with all the words that I told him.
So the title, when it was, so this is always how you title things on Facebook. You'll make a post, you'll put a photo on there, and you'll say when it was and give some information. So I think it's pretty clever that you did that for your book.
When it was, and I'll tell you what I'll do for the viewers out there. If they would like a copy of my book, you can get it on Amazon, and that, of course, will give you free shipping. But if you look me up on Facebook, go to Scott Romer, R-O-M-E-R, and give me your telephone number or whatever where I could get back with you. But the book is only $20. If you say it's in the loop, I will pay for your shipping. So it's $20. I will also autograph the book. Look me up on Facebook. And Scott Romer, and message me, and I'll get back with you. Give me your information. And again, it's $20, and I do PayPal or Zelle.
Nice. Well, that is so sweet. Thank you for hooking up our loopers. They are going to love that. And I can't absolutely wait to read this book, especially with your photographs that are in it. I mean, it's just so epic. You tie in your photos from your incredible life.
I didn't realize I had such an unusual lifestyle, but it really was. And throughout my career, I always took pictures of practically everything I ever did. And throughout my career, I was able to work with U.S. presidents, prime ministers, foreign world leaders, diplomats, the most famous athletes in the world. There I am in one of the pictures working with President George H.W. Bush. There I am. You could see my reflection taking a picture. So I was, I had Secret Service protection and their permission to hang around the president and photograph him.
What kind of security clearance do you have to get to be in that position?
Well, one of my adopted fathers in my book, his name was George Randazzo. He passed away a few years ago. He was president of the National Italian American Sports Hall of Fame and turned me into his personal photographer. He was out in Chicago, and a lot of the outfit hung around, which the outfit is used as a word they used to describe the Chicago mob. So I was able to hang around with underworld figures and
so dope.
go to these really big conventions. They would fly me out, and that particular instance was working with President Bush.
Who are some of your favorite peeps you've ever photographed?
Well, Muhammad Ali for one, and I became friends with Ali and his family.
No big deal.
No big deal, guys.
You know, Dick the Bruiser was my father-in-law, and through wrestling, I was able to cover some of the biggest matches. There's a lot I did in the different areas back when wrestling was, there were more independent organizations, and it was before the WWF, or the WWFE, what they call it now, took over the world of professional wrestling. And that didn't stop me. That still didn't stop me. That was for the National Italian American Foundation. Now, I'm Jewish. Why am I being invited to all these Italian events? And this picture that is on display right now is, I was awarded last year the National Italian American Sports Hall of Fame Friendship Award.
Wow.
Which is usually given to a well-known Italian, but they gave that to me for my
They're
contribution.
like, you're Italian to us, Scott.
I guess, right. And in that picture is former world champion Antonio Tarver and Ray Boom Boom Mancini, who were representing the Hall of Fame. I was presented at a sellout boxing show at the Arcadia Theater, and by Ron Onesti. And there, speaking of which, there's Ron. Right after he presented me, he was hanging out with the Pope. So that would
no big deal.
Give you an idea of the kind of the people caliber I was able to rub elbows with.
Yeah, yeah. And it's just incredible. It's more than right place, right time, right? I mean, this is something that you have to have the eye for. Not many people do. And your eye got you in the door. And I love it. And maybe for our viewers, I'd love to share a little backstory of Scott. You know, you always loved wrestling and photography, right? And then when you were a freshman in high school, you became business partners with the legendary Dick the Bruiser. What in the world? Selling photographers photographs to fans at indie wrestling shows. So it kind of started there. Now, what kind of freshman in high school becomes business partners, you know what I'm saying, with Dick the Bruiser? Like, that's awesome.
So before you answer that question, and man, does the time fly. So we're going to talk with Scott Romer more in a little bit, but we have to cut right now for the WRTV audience because we are limited to TV side of things. But so we're gonna say goodbye to WRTV. Goodbye WRTV.
Bye,
and
WRTV.
but for everyone that's watching live Thursday, you know, stick around and we'll keep talking with Scott and hear some more amazing stories. So goodbye WRTV.
Bye WRTV.